Yeah.
The name of this particular show is called Toxic Ass Family Shit. And the reason why I wanted to do this right now, I woke my child up this morning. I had someone call me. I'm not going to mention no name. Had someone call me and told me that they had a dream about a witch. And they wanted to know if they could come and stay with me. Because where they was living at was a toxic situation. First of all, I got enough toxicity in my house. And you want to bring some more toxicity? And then on top of that, you call me and tell me you had a dream about a witch and you think you finna come here? No. I got enough spirits in this house that I'm sick of. And you gonna bring some more? I don't think so. It ain't that type of party. Okay? Let me tell you how this gonna play. Let me tell you let me tell you what Mama gonna talk about today. Mama is tired. All right? Mama has had enough.
Powering on. Welcome to Alltech Landscape.
Oh, you didn't start yet?
Yeah, go ahead.
The thing is that we as parents have got to get our heads back on right. I am not Herman the Monster. I don't have cylinders out of my neck. I can't take my head off, fix it, and put it back on. I will not use my house as a storage unit, as an emotional place for your emotions, and dump all that garbage in my house. And then once you've emptied out, you leave and go out there and live your life, and I'm stuck sweeping up the garbage to your life. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. I told her I love you. I'll do anything in the world for you, but you cannot come back here. And it's not because I don't care. And it's not because I don't love her. It's because enough is enough. We as parents got to stop lying to our kids, sugarcoating stuff. She ain't bringing that crap back up in here. Period. My house is not a storage unit. You don't get to leave your shit here, and then when you get ready for it, you come get it. No. Not gonna happen. When you move out of your parents' house, you need to take everything. Because if you leave it, it's mine. You know what I used to tell my kids? You ain't taking nothing up out of here. You got some receipts? They used to say, no, Mama, I ain't got no receipts. Then what make you think you can take this stuff out of here? You ain't got no proof it's yours. Get out. And then those of us that do stay in the household together as a family, grown or not, we got the Asians, the Africans, the moms, whatever you want to call people. They get together, they all got cars, they got nice furniture, everybody got clothes, everybody got food. Black folks, African-American black people, live together and don't nobody want to pay no rent, don't nobody want to get together and buy food, don't nobody want to get together and make sure the bills is paid, don't nobody want to get together and make sure all the young kids in the house got what they need, don't nobody want to do what's right. But everybody want to sit up in the house and complain what's wrong, but ain't nobody gone.
Amen, sister.
And I told my kids this morning, this will not be going on. Will not be going on. People want to sit up and say, oh, I got a good relationship with my mom. I got a good relationship with my dad. Things were great. I should go home. No, you should keep yourself together enough where you ain't got to go home. Because when we get older and we start getting up in our senior years, we want to come to your house. How we going to come to your house if you always at ours? Stay out there and keep your lives together. Stop sitting up expecting the state and all these other systems to help you get by when there's nothing wrong with the brain you got. You want to sit up and say you trust God, you love God, you go to church, you worship God, you pray, you read your word. But when things happen, God is the last person that you go to. You want to run on the phone to call your mama, your grandma, your brother, your sister, all that. No, you get on your knees and you ask God. That big old God that we got upstairs, that same God that split the Red Sea open so that the children of Israel could get away from the enemy, is the same God that will split your Red Sea open and get you away from your enemy. But no, you'll get on your knees to suck a dick, but you won't get on your knees to pray to God. How about that? You'll get on your knees to eat some pussy, but you won't get on your knees to tell God that there's something going on in your life. You will get on your knees to scrub your floor and make sure your house is clean, but you don't want to get on your knees and make sure that your fleshly house is clean. We're doing this wrong. We've been doing this wrong for years. We always do this as black people. We always do this. We like we want him to come through, we say we hate him. We say there is no God. We say that we don't believe in him. No, that's us doing that. We're doing too much. You take your kids to church. You say, I took my kids to church. I taught my kids to go out, God. No, you did not. All you did was take them to church. If you're taking your kids to church and then you go home and you crawl up in the bed with your boyfriend, or you go in the kitchen and cry that your bills ain't being paid, then you're not teaching them about God. You're teaching them about sadness. And like my daughter said a long time ago, I'm sick of this sad ass shit.
Amen, sister.
Flat out what she said to me.
Sad. Tired.
My daughter had a birthday yesterday. Did I call her wish her happy birthday? No, I didn't. You know why I didn't call her? First of all, I'm going to be honest, I forgot. Second of all, I, as a mother, 63-year-old mom, 63-year-old grandmother, doing too much. We have a family card that we are supposed to be putting money on every month. That damn card's still empty. Nobody card empty? Because we're empty. Because it's not about the family, it's all about me. Mm-hmm. This is my money. If I put my money on there, how I know she ain't gonna spend it? That's how everybody think it. Mm-hmm. But everybody don't want to admit it. Like that lady said on Coming to America, people think like I do. I'm just the only one that's willing to say it. All this laying up, if you want to lay up with a nigga and fuck for 24 hours, that's your business. But when you got kids, they don't need to see him. They don't need to smell him. They don't even need to even know that's what's going on. If he ain't your husband, your kids don't need to see you laying up with him. How's we teaching our kids how to be right when we the one laying up being the hoes? I got 9 kids. You know how much hoeing I was doing? They ain't got the same daddy. But then I want everybody to feel sorry for me because I struggled with my 9 kids. My mother had 3. What the fuck was I on? But we want to sit up and criticize everybody else's life. Well, a girl down the street, she should know better. She's 20-something years old and she got 9 babies. How many you got? How many you got? Are you living a right enough life when you can talk about the next bitch? No, you cannot. You got people like Love Dorsey. You got people like Boss Ladies Eat. You got all these people on these websites and on these Instagram and Twitters, and even my daughter Chantel that speak real shit. But when they speak real shit, everybody want to get in their feelings. You know what? Your feelings is going to catch you a grave site. That's what it's going to catch you. Because people don't care as much as you think they do.
Exactly.
Now, right now, we doing this Mama Let's Talk thing. My daughter is sitting up here typing on her phone. There was a time where I was sitting here with her and she was typing on her phone and I thought it was a form of disrespect. I said, I'm sitting up here trying to talk to her and she doing this. You know what? Now I don't care what she doing. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Whatever she typing ain't got nothing to do with me. Because right now, I'm trying to keep stuff real. And I'm so sick and tired. I have been lied to all my life. First thing they lied to me about was telling me that there was a Santa Claus and then I found out it wasn't one. Then they lied to me about a tooth fairy, found out it wasn't one. Then they lied to me and tell me that if I get a job and get the right man, I can live in a house with a white picket fence. But didn't nobody tell me about all the work that I had to do to make that happen. Right. That's what they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me I had to change my mindset. Right. They didn't tell me I had to trust God. Right. They didn't tell me not to lead it to my own understanding. The Bible told me that. Right. But that was the one book that they didn't tell me that I needed to read. And the one person that told me I needed to read it was my grandma, and I didn't listen to her because she had a lifelong marriage. Mm-hmm. So I figured she was already happy. What am I listening to her for? So I listened to all the sad people. Now all the sad people are gone. I still got all that energy from all that sadness, and I can't even live my life. I'm over this. Why are we constantly saying we trust God? We got a big old God upstairs that sits high and looks low. And we trusting all these people down here that ain't never met God, ain't never seen him. God don't know them and they don't know God. But we call them all the time, every time we get in trouble. Like I said, you ain't got a problem getting on your knees when you don't suck them dick. You ain't got a problem getting on your knees when you want some pussy. Why you can't get on your knees and talk to God? He the one made the dick and the pussy. We doing too much. People want to sit there and say, well, she ain't got to say it like that. She ain't got to be the stuff. Get off my daughter's line then. Ain't nobody gonna sit up and sugarcoat nothing to you. You grown as fuck.
Come on, say that.
Act like you grown as fuck. Stop getting mad when people don't treat you like you grown and you acting like a fucking kid. That's the way it's supposed to be. I'm sitting up on my couch being all depressed and stuff about stuff that happened when I was a kid, stuff that happened when I was young. Husband didn't stay in my life, kids acting crazy and stuff like that. I should have been on my knees instead of laying down on my stomach crying about something that God could have fixed. And I could have fixed it too if I'd have got up and got me a belt and beat the shit out of him like I did when I first had him. But no, things were going bad in my life. And I was feeling sorry for myself. And I just couldn't handle it. Fuck that! Not doing that. Like my daughter always laughed at me about, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And that's exactly what my life has been for 63 years. Hell! And I was walking down the wrong street. I hooked up with the wrong friends. I was toxic. All my friends were toxic. I lived in a toxic neighborhood because I didn't want to live around anything positive because I couldn't relate to it because toxicity was all I knew. I was used to no-name brand batteries, and then here you come with an ever-ready battery, and it's working, and the lights are brighter, and everything is brighter now. And then you want me to function. I can't function in this. I'm used to darkness. And light and darkness do not fellowship with each other. I didn't write the book. God did. I'm fellowshipping with light, and I'm in the dark. And I'm mad because the light can see and I can't. I don't want to see. I like darkness. Like I told my daughter, I like tape on my remote. Because that's what we do. And being poor, living in poverty, no, this is not the life that God had planned for us. We are living beneath our privilege. God said he wants all his people to prosper and be in good health. And that's not what we're doing. Some of us are in church, we sick. We got all these problems, health problems. We can barely walk to the altar. Why? Because we still trust in the medicine, the walkers, the canes, the wheelchairs, our kids to lift us up, to get us up out of our seat. Hey, when I was a kid going to church, them old people walked down the aisle faster than them young folks. They was running to God. They stayed on their knees. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Why did they do that? Because they knew if they kept saying it, that the Lord was going to eventually come. He said it. If you call me, I'll be there. If you knock, I will open the door. If you ask, I will answer. He told us that. But we still keep trusting this world to get us out of a life that we did not want to create. But we didn't realize that we created it until after we got in it. Once a child shits on themselves, it don't start to stink till it come out. And somebody's got to clean it up. But some of these young mothers, and me included when I was a young mother, you had your moments where your kids would use the bathroom and themselves, you just let them walk around in it. And then when they get grown and they walk around with a shitty ass life, you want to get mad at them. You taught them how to sit in shit. My son, one of my sons was 3 years old, and I took him over my mama's house. And he had his shoes on the wrong foot, and I did not know that. And my mother looked at his feet, and she said, if you don't put that boy's shoes on the right foot, he will be walking wrong for the rest of his life. You know what I told my mother? That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. And I did not change his shoes. And now my son is struggling in his life. He's the only son I got that does not have children. When them old folks used to tell you to do something, if you got an older grandma or an older great-grandma or just an older person in your life that has been through some stuff, listen to them. Because they know what they're talking about. You know what I told my kids? You go out there and fuck your life up like I fucked up mine, I'm going to beat your ass. And I mean that. And today was that day. My daughter got to work today. You think I care that she got to go to work today? I ain't going to lie, I don't. But I needed to get this out. I am sick of people bringing spirits, demons, all that craziness in my house. Then they talk about it and they dump it out in my house. And then when they leave and they come back, oh, I don't feel comfortable up here. No, because your spirit is up in here. That spirit that you left here an hour ago. Y'all not bringing that stuff back up in here no more. It's not going on. If I got to read tarot cards and make voodoo dolls or whatever I got to do, them spirits getting up out of here. Because that's not spirits that God brought in here. That's spirits that other people always coming in our house, dropping off all that trash, either through the phone, through the internet, or through the door. And then me, my 2 daughters, daughters, we live in this house, and all the spirits is walking around our house. We ain't praying nothing up out of here. We sleeping in it, eating with them, all of that. No, we not doing that. We not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a child that's on drugs, you need to be on your knees. If you got a child that's sleeping with the same sex, you need to be on your knees. If you got a husband that's out there cheating, you need to be on your knees. If you got a wife that's out there cheating, you need to be on your knees. If you got a house full of kids, whether it's 1 or 21, and they clowning, you need to be on your knees. Because there's only one person that you can go to that's going to hold your hand and say, I got you, and that's God. You don't trust your man. You don't trust your family. You don't trust this world. You trust God. We're doing this wrong, black people. We're doing this wrong. And then everybody want to listen to this and say, oh, boss lady don't understand. I got feelings. You know what, bitch? I got feelings too. And you know what happened to my feelings? My feelings crushed me. They made me fall apart 2 weeks ago in my daughter's bedroom, crying for 4.5 hours from stuff that should have been got out of my system years and years ago. Y'all sit up in y'all houses getting high and smoking. People don't understand I ain't got no man. My job don't pay enough. These kids is getting on my nerves. You are the only adult in that house. You get up off your ass, go wash it first of all. You pull your big girl drawers on, pull them up, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, clean your house up, get you a belt, stick, rope, whatever you got to get. You niggas messed up this house. Everybody in here gonna clean it up. You start and make everybody follow. And those that don't want to listen, they either going to follow or they going to get up out of here. You think that them ones in Sodom and Gomorrah had a choice?
They ruined their choice.
They ruined their choices because he asked God. He said, Lord, if I find 10 good people, will you promise not to destroy it? God said, if you can find them, you can find them. Gave him a chance. And still didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So God blew it up. It's gone.
That's the example. You can pray all day, but some people just refuse to change.
I was one of those people. I refused to change. I literally thought that my life was the way it was supposed to be. That's not true. Don't let your parents, this world, or nobody else tell you. If your parents are gone, they gone home to be with the Lord. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But you're still here. You are the change that your children are waiting on. My kids been waiting on me for 63 years. Get up out of your bed with your nasty pussy smelling ass and clean it. Get that nigga out of there if he ain't planning on marrying you. Because if you've been with him for 7 years and y'all still ain't married, he should have been gone. Why you want to be somebody's girlfriend for 7 years? You didn't even stay with a boy in high school that long. But you get out there and you have kids. Well, they got to have a man in their life. They got God. He'll send a man. He'll send a real one. Somebody that will come in there and change the whole dynamic of what your house is like. And another thing, let me tell you young girls something else. Y'all stop acting like Butch. Okay? Y'all ain't the fucking man. He's the one with the dick. Not you.
Amen on that, sister.
That's ridiculous. You get with a man and then you want to say, I don't want him around my kids. I don't want him telling my kids what to do. Then why the fuck is he there? Especially if you got boys.
Surveillance.
You don't need no damn bodyguard. You ain't got no motherfucking money, bitch. Like I told my son, don't nobody know you. You walk to the corner store by yourself. Walk around with that damn hoodie on, hair all covered up, hair and shit ain't done. You ain't washed your pussy in a month of Sundays, and then you want somebody to talk to you. And then you got lashes on, and you go out there and get a lace wig, get lashes done, nails done, just to sit up in your house and smoke. What the fuck is your problem? You gonna pay $200-300 for a fucking wig, $100 to $150 to get your nails and toes done, for nobody to see you but the damn wall in your house. You crazy ass bitch. That's money you could have put in your refrigerator. That's money you could have put in your bank account. I might have did a lot of dumb ass shit, but let me be honest with you, I didn't do that. I had one wig when my kids was growing up, but when they got grown, they threw that motherfucker in the garbage. I had a pair of black jeans and a colored shirt. And I wore that until they got grown. And when they got grown, they got rid of that coat, them gowns, and them damn jeans. I slept in them. I went to work with them. I did everything in them. Y'all want to sit up here and sugarcoat y'all lives and say, I didn't do this, I didn't do what she talking about. I don't know why she trying to pick on all of us. Let me tell you something. Just because you didn't have on jeans, you had on something. Y'all walking around with them Crocs on. Y'all walking around with them damn bubble shoes on. Y'all walking around with all that stupid ass shit on. Put a ponytail in your damn hair. Some of y'all got beautiful hair. Mm-hmm. And y'all cover it up with them damn wigs and stuff. Y'all done let all of this stuff corrupt y'all. And then when your kids be at school clowning, you want to go cuss the school out. You can't cuss the school out because your child decided to be a drug addict, a sex addict, a damn bully. That's not the school's fault. I don't want to put my hands on because CPS gonna come. You know what I told my kids? If CPS coming here and get y'all, don't look for me because I'm not coming to get you. You want to be with them white folks, you go stay with them white folks. You hear me? And I mean that. And anybody that's listening to this, I don't care what color you are, blue, green, purple, or red. You can be a white woman. Bullshit is bullshit. Toxicity is toxicity. It doesn't matter whose house it in. God loves every last one of us. He has no respect to person. Y'all doing too much. The schools is not responsible for raising your kids. Because if the school put their hands on your kids, the first thing you want to do is sue. So you can have more money to lay up on your ass and get high. That's all you want it for. You ain't going to buy no house with it. When they was giving out them $1,600 checks, how many of y'all got a new address? I don't. I'll wait. Oh, that's what I thought. Nobody.
Should have paid y'all rent up for the year.
We didn't think about none of that. We had a lot of people in this house that was getting them checks. We should have had a motherfucking mansion. But no, it was all about my story no more. And now everybody gone. I'm down to 3 daughters in Milwaukee. 3 daughters, 2 granddaughters, and a grandson. And the ones that ain't here, like she said on the Family Praise Again, they all left and are living well. And we sitting back here with all they demons in this house. Well, you know what? Them demons is out of here as of today. I'm finna pray them bad boys up out of here because I'm sick of living with other people's spirits that have been gone. I'm sick of that. And what y'all need to do is get them pussy-fussing ass niggas out of y'all houses. I live with men too. And guess what happened with that? Nothing. All I had was a wet ass and a bad attitude. Get them out of there. You don't need that. You need some realness in your life. You need somebody to be honest with you. You need to stop faking the game. You need to stop faking the game to win the fame. Fuck that. You ain't got no fame. Y'all poor in an Illuminati lifestyle. Stupid.
And they are too. They're suffering now because of that.
We need to all quit suffering. We wouldn't be going through half the stuff we would go through if we would keep stuff real. You want to know about my life? Let me tell you about my life. 9 babies, a sex addict, a whore, an idiot, a dummy. I tried to go to all different types of churches to try to hear something that would make me feel better. God is not about my feelings. I had to learn that. He doesn't care about my feelings or my comfort. He wants my service. He wants me to honor and to reverence him. He wants me to learn him. He said, whoever looks for me shall find me. That's what he wants me to do. I run after every man on the face of this earth, but I did not run after God. I kept thinking if I moved to a new house, I'd have a better life. Took the same attitude with me, still had a fucked up ass life. Every time I had a new baby, I said, okay, I got a new baby, I got to start a new life. Didn't do it. Then I looked around 6 months later, baby laying next to me crying. I looked at that doggone baby. I said, I'm so sick of this motherfucker crying. I'd be glad when he get up and start walking. Then it started getting up walking, tearing my shit up. Then I said, I'd be glad when he go to school. Then he got old enough to school and started going to school tearing up shit. Then I'm mad at the school because the school calling me every other day. And I'm the one that created that goddamn monster. When you raising kids, this is what an old lady told me long time ago. You raise your daughters to be the kind of women that you would want your sons to marry. And you raise your sons to be the kind of husbands that you would want your daughters to marry. You're not doing that. These boys don't take out garbage. They don't rake leaves. They don't cut grass. And they don't shovel snow. He too little. My boys were shoveling snow when they were 6 and 7 years old. I didn't care about them being too little because I sure the fuck wasn't going out there shoveling no snow. And I wasn't cutting no grass. Well, I live in a rental property. And my landlord gonna send somebody over there. Buy a lawnmower and make your boys cut it. Make them cut it. Turn them into men. So they can stop sleeping with men. Make your daughters get up and cook Thanksgiving dinner. My daughters know how to cook. Maybe I cook the majority of the time because cooking releases stress for me. But my daughters know how to cook. And I will have moments where I tell my daughter, what are we going to eat today? My daughter look at me, she said, oop, guess mama don't feel like cooking, I got to work it out. And she works it out. Make your daughters get up and be the woman of the house so they can stop living with women in the house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We doing too much. We are creating another generation of dysfunctional children because we have a dysfunctional mindset and we refuse to open up our eyes and say, you know what? I fucked up, but I'm still alive. I can fix this shit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Just like I told my daughters today, we ain't living separate but equal. We ain't living under the same roof in separate homes. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to put our money together. We're going to put food in this bitch and we're going to get this house fixed up. And if we got to do it $1 at a time, piece by piece, stone by stone, brick by brick, we're going to get it together. It doesn't matter if it's rental property. The lady that owns this house is a black woman. And we need to lift her up just like she lifted us up. She has brought food to this house. She has put money in this house. And you mean to tell me because this is not my house, I should just let it fall apart? Would she do that to me? No, she would not. We're doing this wrong. Mm-hmm. We running around helping everybody else get their shit together, but we're not helping each other. If you live next door to me and you didn't have no food for Thanksgiving and I cooked, I'm telling you, I'm the kind of woman who will walk over to your house and say, here. Mm-hmm. And that's how we should be with each other. Oh, I'm not helping that bitch because she stood up there and said I was this, and this, and that when her and my kids are out there playing. When kids are out there playing, they argue with each other, stay the fuck out of it because an hour later, they still back friends and mamas are still mad. Stay out of that stuff. Let them learn how to socialize and get in their own relationships. Let them learn how to fix their own shit. That's what our mamas did. My mama didn't get involved. I remember one time I got in an argument with my best friend. My mama said, she ain't my best friend. What you telling me for? And you know what I did? I called her. And I said, I'm sorry. Was I wrong? I don't remember. Whether I was wrong or right, it didn't matter. I didn't want to lose my best friend. But you want to sit up in the house and you want to sit up and talk about your kids. Then you sit up and tell your friend all your bad stuff about your kids. All your bad stuff about your nigga. He can suck some pussy real good. And he can have some real good sex, but after we get out that bed, he ain't shit. Then you look around a year later and that bitch got it. You don't never tell another woman about your bedroom stuff. You don't never do that.
But they do it like it's cool.
Like that song said, that what's her name made? Don't go looking for my man because you might find your husband.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all want to sit up there and throw old school away. Just like right now, my head hurt and I all of a sudden got a headache. I don't get headaches. And I know that ain't nothing but the enemy. So you know what, devil? You can get behind me. You can get behind me. Because God loves real. He respects it. He said, if you're honest, you can get help. I want some help. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like being poor. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like looking in my pockets and all I find is dust. I don't like that. I don't like opening up my wallet and the cobwebs are in there. I'm not feeling that no more. I don't like the fact that I can't get a bank account because I got terrible credit scores. My credit scores are terrible because I was too lazy to pay my bills when God blessed me with that money. I did dumb stuff with it. If I could go back and have $1 for every dollar I fucked up, I wouldn't even be doing a podcast. I'd be on a podcast. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I messed up money. But because I'm at the age I am now and I'm still alive, I still got time to do what's right. Some of y'all are young. Y'all got the whole internet. Y'all should be rich as a motherfucker. Y'all ain't got to sit at home and wait for a job to call you. You can sit at home and do work. I wish I could have sat at home, had a computer, and worked my job and raised them kids. I'm going to tell you something. If I could go back with these 9 babies I got, they would have lived in the motherfucking suburbs. I would have never put my kids in the ghetto, but I didn't know what I know now. Mm-hmm. You get your kids out of the ghetto. Like TD Jakes said, if you got to drive them out, if you got to walk them out, if you got to put them on a bus, show them something else because everybody black don't live like us. My daddy's family didn't live like that. Mm-hmm. My mama's family didn't live like that. You know why I live like that? Listening to my dumbass friends who didn't have even as much as I did, not have shit. I had 50 cents. They had a dime, and I'm listening to them. The fuck I'm listening to you for? You come over here and drink my liquor, smoke my goddamn weed. And I'm listening to you? Mm-hmm. The fuck I look like? I don't even get high, smoke, or drink. I don't do none of that. But I ain't gonna lie to you, raising 9 babies, I sure the fuck thought about it. Then I said, no, my family has an addictive spirit. I mess with that stuff, I'm gonna be all the way turned out. And it's amazing how kids will protect a drug addict and an alcoholic ass parents. But parents that don't do that shit, those are the parents that they do not look out for. We doing too much. I have an autistic child. Let me tell you something about her. She was bad too when she was little. Everybody kept saying, don't hit her, don't hit her, don't talk to her like that. You're going to traumatize her. No, I didn't. My daughter is in college and she goes to work every day. I wasn't going to do that. My mother told me, you keep on hitting her like that, when she get grown, she going to leave. When she did stuff she didn't have no business, I whooped her ass just like I did the rest of them. She cut her sister's hair, and her sister cut her hair. I beat the shit out of both of them. I didn't care nothing about her being autistic because I told her she is not going to lean on that doggone definition that they gave her about her life. She's not going to do that. She went to school every day. She graduated high school and all of that. And all that, kids not talking. I didn't put up with that shit. I said, if you don't stop that shit, whatever you want, you ain't getting. And she started talking. She ran through the door, called me mama, cried for 3 days. I don't want nobody telling me what our God cannot do. They told me that she wouldn't live to be 5. She in her 30s. The devil is a liar.
Come on, say that, sister.
Stop listening to him. Stop letting them tell you that it's okay to lay in the bed with that man. That man ain't married you. If you good enough to lay down with you, good enough for him to put a ring on your finger. And if you not, then he ain't the one. Get out next. Know what they used to say years ago? Don't worry about finding no man. They're just like buses. You wait 15 minutes, here come another one. Stand on that bus stop. Every nigga that's thirsty gonna ask you for something. Even a homeless ass man. You got a man? Need somebody to come by and help you? I know a girl that hooked up with a homeless man. She helped him get his life together. That bitch live out in the suburbs. She got a motherfucking mansion. Because she took a chance on him. Because she wanted to get her a real bum and see what a real bum would do. Well, she don't work now. She got a whole salon in her motherfucking basement. And a real man with a real job didn't even do that. And all she did was let him live in her house and get a bath and clean herself up. And she came off from work, that goddamn house was spotless. Them kids had 8 days, was in the bed and everything. So don't tell me what my God cannot do. I've seen it happen. I see there is a woman that found an abandoned house. She had 4 kids. She moved into that house. She cleaned it up. She went in the back. She found old wood, old this and that. Fixed that house up and everything. The landlord came to that house because somebody told the landlord that somebody was living in that house. And she lived in that house rent-free for 3 years. And the landlord showed up. He didn't ask her for no money. You know what he did? He handed her the deed to the property and told her it was his house. Don't tell me what God won't do. Then there was a lady out in Louisiana. There was an old abandoned house. Everything was in there. The people had died off. Family had buried them and everything. Family left the house the way it was. All the furniture, clothes, shoes, everything was in there. That woman went in there, got her a big gigantic pot. She sat out there for months and months. Washed all the shoes, washed all the clothes, cleaned the furniture, cleaned the house up and everything. That house is completely paid for. And that woman raised her 6 kids in that house. And she still lives in there today. God will do it. Like that song said, won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
Yes, he will. People will be wondering how you sleep at night. Why you sleep so good? Why you able to turn over in the bed in a $300 pillow? Because God is good. Why are you able to turn over in the bed and ain't got to worry about your bills? Because God is good. Why you can go and look in your refrigerator, anything you want to eat and in there, because God is good. God is faithful. And like that song said, he proven that he's faithful. Because I'm 63, I can get out the bed by myself. I'm not eating on a feeding tube. My kids is not lifting me up. My kids is not washing my ass. You know why? Because God is good. Ain't got nothing to do with, oh, well, she took good care of herself. No, God really is good. Because there was a time I couldn't take care of myself. My oldest daughter had to wipe my butt one time because my body was in so much pain. I was in the tub. I couldn't wash myself. I was crying. I called her. I said, I can't get myself a bath. I need to get out. She said, no, Mama, you're going to stay right here. And my daughter washed me up, my oldest child. You know why? Because God is good. And when God said he will take your enemies and make them their footstool, he means that. Because everybody dogged us out, they gone. We don't even see them. And they still live in the city. They gone. And God makes sure that they don't come nowhere near us. They are gone. How many people you got in your life that fucked your life up? Do you still see them? What about the kids' daddy? You still see them? They're gone for a reason. Because they're going to make your kids' life worse than what it was. That's why they wasn't there when the kids was growing up. They didn't need to be there. My oldest child father sing like Stevie Wonder. And now he walking the streets wondering. Yeah. Tell me what the fuck God won't do. He wondering. I was married for 5 years. To a man that didn't love me and I didn't love him. I got all kind of physical ailments and everything going on. Why? Because I didn't pray about my marriage. He got cancer. He didn't pray about the marriage either. He's married to another woman, been married to her for over 20-something years. Right. I had a baby in my marriage, so I was the cheater. And I'm okay with that. That's just who I was at that time. Say whatever you want to say about me. I don't even care no more. You know why? Because we doing too much.
Say that.
We worry about the wrong stuff. Tired of my life being afflicted with all this sadness and pain and misery because I want to trust y'all instead of trusting God. I don't need you to talk to me. I'm going through something. I need to call my best friend. Call my best friend. She going through deeper shit than me. I ain't calling her. I came on yesterday. Wasn't nobody here but me. You think I wasn't loving being by myself? I have learned that it's okay for me to be in my house alone. There were years that I used to beg these kids to find somewhere to go. Didn't nobody have no money to leave. And I didn't have no money to give them so they could get out. Then you're 30, 35, 45, you look around, you're like, dang, why did I keep having kids? Because you wanted somebody to hug you, say something sweet to you. You just wanted somebody to be nice to you. God to be nice to you. Get rid of the dick. Get rid of the pants walking around you. That's got empty pockets and empty dreams. You don't need that. You got your own dreams. You got your own ambitions. You know what you know how to do. Some of y'all are amazing cooks. Some of y'all are amazing housekeepers. Some of y'all can decorate a doggone Christmas tree and make it look like it was showroom order. But the first thing y'all want to say, nah, I ain't gonna do that, ain't gonna make no money off. People will pay you to do shit that they don't want to do.
Say that.
And I know that because I get money like that off and on all the time. I went to the lady's house, I cleaned it up. You know what she turned around and told me? Can you organize it too? I gave you extra $100. I had 9 babies. You think I didn't take that $100? I set my ass in that house and organized that motherfucker. That bitch gave me $200. So don't tell me what God will do. If your kids is walking in your house and they smell like weed and you don't want that smell in your house, you get your ass out of my house till you don't smell like no weed no more. Then you can come back. Be honest with them. I ain't seen my baby in 2 years. I don't care what you smell like. The fuck, that's a damn lie. I'm not hugging nobody that stinks. Because ain't nobody gonna hug me if I stink.
That part.
Don't let them do that. Don't let your kids come through your house and dump all that bullshit off in your house and then they gone and you wondering why you can't function. Because they left their spirits there. No, you leave the spirits on the porch. It's cold in Milwaukee. Stay your goofy ass out there. Like my mama used to say, bunch of numbnuts. That's exactly what they are, numbnuts. It's crazy as fuck. Y'all out there giving away all y'all milk and they getting them a free cow. Know what that means? They get free pussy and food. No. You don't get to have both. You want to come to my house and get a meal and I invite you over? When dinner's over, you go home. Because this ain't your residence. You don't get to use my address. Some of y'all are so dumb. Y'all got a man living in the house with you that ain't your husband. He used your address. He used your body. He used your kids. He used everything in there to get what he want. And you running around the world telling everybody that's your husband. You know you ain't no bit more married to that man than the woman next door. Get his motherfucking ass out of there. And then everybody gonna say, she don't know what she talking about. I would never do nothing like that. I did that dumb ass shit. And you know what? Somebody busted my doggone bubble. You know that man ain't none of your husband. He probably got a wife across town. And my head hit the floor. Because she was right. Did I get him out the house? No, I kept him. Because I got back in the house with my sarcastic ass and said, who the bitch thinks she is talking about my marriage, talking about my man. She just mad because she ain't got one. No, she was happy that she didn't have one like the one I had.
It'll be that same bitch calling you, telling you what her man doing to her.
Mm-hmm. And then you be envious of the girl down the street because she got a nice car, she got a nice house, her man give her anything she want, and then he come home every night and whoop her ass when she say something slick. Still envious? You want him, you can have him. She probably be glad to run her ass up out of there. She probably tired of getting her ass whooped. Go on down there. Because you don't know what another bitch is going through. So stop envying their lives. So what if she got $500 to go do this, that, and the other? She probably paying for some shit too. They sit up on the phone and they dump all that toxicity ass on you, and then you all on the phone with them ratting and raving. Yeah, girl, I know that's right. He this, he that, he that. I don't blame you. I wouldn't do this. Don't do that. Because guess what? While you sitting on the phone and you and her sitting up there criticizing that man, she ain't left him and he ain't gone. Right, so you don't need to be sitting up there doing that.
That part.
Look, you call me every day, and every time you get mad at that man, you on the same mess. I ain't trying to hear that. You know why I ain't trying to hear it? Because you ain't left him and he ain't gone.
That part.
And I'm not going to sit on this phone while you criticize somebody that you said I do to. Bye. And get off. Be a real friend. Stop sitting up there engaging in their bullshit. Or their drama. You watch shows and you sit up there and watch Love and Hip Hop. That bitch stupid. That bitch. Yeah, well, you know what? Look at your life. They stupid with money. You stupid without money. I'll wait and say something. I'm like Love Dorsey. I'll wait and say something. Go ahead.
The video not breaking up. I'm just looking at y'all. How y'all looking at me.
Exactly.
I love it.
That's why she named herself Love Dorsey. Because everybody should love Dorsey. Because she be speaking real shit. And then you want somebody to baby you and cuddle you because he just got through whooping my ass for 3 hours. You been with him for 17 years. He been whooping your ass for 3 hours. He do that shit every day. What you do? Go in the room, change your clothes, and say, let him tear up this outfit because he ain't tearing up no more? You dumbass bitch. He gonna keep whooping your ass. He gonna love your ass to death.
And bro, stop letting these females put their hands on you. Because it's like that too. Because they using that as a pawn because you don't hit women to hit you.
You need to hit
Call the police.
You need to hit that door and get your ass to moving.
You get you a restraining order like they do you.
Exactly.
Get in your feelings and call the police. Don't get in your feelings and hit her back. Call the police. Put it on surveillance like they do you. Put cameras in your house and watch their ass. And have them on the phone when she get ready to smack you so they can come and arrest her ass.
Or do it the old school way. Leave that crazy ass bitch. Just get out the door and walk. You can buy new clothes. You can buy new furniture. You can get another car. You can't get another life. Like my daughter said, you can't die and tell God I'm tired of living this way and you can come back. It don't work like that.
That part.
Hand me my medicine. We're not doing that. I am so sick of black people. Let me tell you something. I'm sick of y'all. I grew up in the 60s where black people stuck together. We did what we had to do. You know why we can't do it now? Because we all on that dumbass shit. That's why we can't do it. Because everybody on the same stupid ass shit they was on when I was raising my doggone kids. No, we was on that dumbass shit. And you know what? I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of drinking dum-dum juice. They even got suckers called dum-dum. I don't even buy them motherfuckers. Because I'm scared they might put something in my spirit that I can't get out. You ought to be sick of dumb juice. You ought to be sick of that. You know, my grandfather told a joke one time about these churches that had you all messed up. Man said he went into church And he said the pastor was preaching and his choir was singing and everybody was worshiping God. And he went outside to get a breath of fresh air. Then he went back in the church and they were still doing the same thing. Then he went back outside to get another breath of fresh air. Went back in the church, they was doing the same thing. He went back outside and started yelling. Everybody in church ran out. He said, what's wrong with you? He said, somebody stole my breath of fresh air. He was out there drinking. And he was the pastor. But he had to keep leaving church to get a breath of fresh air. Because he had stuff going on in his life that he can't handle. Because he was still doing the same thing. He wasn't trusting God either. He was trying to teach you how to trust God. You wasn't listening to him because he didn't know what to say, what to do. Because again, we're leaning into our own understanding. I'm sick of my understanding. Let me tell you something about my dumb ass. I'm sick of my dumb ass and I'm sick of my understanding. Because you know what? It got me nowhere. It got me 9 babies, a wet ass, and an empty ass bank account, and a fucked up ass credit score. I can't buy a fucking popsicle without somebody's to co-sign. That's not how God intended for us to live. He said he wanted us to be prosperous and in good health. How am I going to do that if I don't trust him? You can't make me prosperous and give me good health. You can't do that. You didn't give me a job. You didn't give me 9 kids. You didn't give me these bills. God allowed this to happen to me because of what I allowed. He don't force himself on us.
That part. Mm-hmm.
We doing too much. Malcolm X tried to tell us that. Martin Luther King tried to tell us that. We had all them leaders to look up to. Now we ain't got nobody. I wait.
We do, and we still don't listen to them. Because they don't know what they talking about because they have it already. That came from you. It'll come from the leader.
They don't know what they talking about because it doesn't go along with your feelings. That's why they don't know what they talking about. That part.
That part.
Don't nobody care about your feelings. God is not interested in your feelings. He ain't interested in your comfort. He's interested in you living and prospering and being in good health, like he said in his word. I remember one time I heard a lady say, I just want to live a comfortable life. You know how much a comfortable couch costs? You can't afford it, bitch. If you complain about somebody smoking up your weed, you know you can't afford a comfortable couch. You want to sit up there and feel all sad and stuff and say, they messing with my money. They messing with my money. Every time I go to that job, there's a problem. They messing with my money. No, you messing with your money.
Right.
You messing with your own money. Get rid of the attitude because nobody cares that you're suffering.
Amen, sister.
They don't care. They don't care that your kids ain't got nothing to eat for Thanksgiving. They don't care that your kids ain't got no Christmas toys. They don't care because every stupid black person on the face of this earth is going to run to these doggone stores, get completely broke for one day. But like my grandmother said, you got to live the day after Christmas. What you going to do on the 26th? And you done spent all your money for the 25th. Because give it 2 weeks, all that shit you brought them kids is going to be gone. I know a lady spent $5,000 one year for Christmas on technology shit for her grandkids. They don't have none of that stuff now, and they grown.
And they'll still go out and buy it because all they trying to do is compare wit. And that's stupid.
And every year, everybody want a new iPhone. Let me tell you something. My kids laughed their ass off at me one time. They said, Mama, you need to upgrade. Not all my kids, some of them. You need to get an iPhone. I said, doesn't do anything different from the phone I already got, which is an Android, which I might go back to because these iPhones are irritating. And she said, no, Mama. She said, they do the same. I said, does it talk and text? Yes, it does. I said, what's the difference with it? It has a better camera. Well, if I upgrade an Android, it'll have a better camera. My dumb ass go out and get and I've always done this. And my oldest daughter always get on me about it. So I go out and get an iPhone. I don't even know what kind I got. I think it's a 7. I don't know. But anyway, I got the damn thing and I couldn't work that motherfucker. And I still half the time can't fucking work it. When I get paid again and I got some extra money, that iPhone is going to be my house phone, but that Android is going to be in my pocket. I can't do that iPhone. Don't nobody have a charger for the iPhone. Everybody got an iPhone charger, but check this out. Nobody has an iPhone life. You got an $800 phone and an $800 rent. But you don't have an iPhone life. You upgrade your phone. You upgrade your tennis shoes. What the fuck is you going to upgrade your life? How many people you know ever got famous from wearing Nikes? Nobody but the person that created them.
Why you won't get some shoes and put your own fucking name on?
That's what I'm going to do today.
I don't understand.
That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to buy the cheapest shoe they got. If they got it in my size, I'm going to put my motherfucking name on. I might put my I can't put my nickname on it because my nickname is on certain brands. I might have to spell it different. But the bottom line is this. You want somebody to come into your life and feel sorry for you because you fucked your life up. You fucked it up. You fix it. Period. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't fix it without God. Tried that. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt. What did Medea say? I told you not to marry him. I had the shirt on. If you marry him, he's going to fuck up your life. My mother sat at the front row of my wedding and told me after I said I do, you're going to wish you wouldn't have said that. She was right. Why was she right? People going to say, why would you listen to her? Her marriage didn't last. That's why you listen to her. Because she knew a bum when she started. That's why you listen to your mom. You don't listen to your mom because she had a great life. You listen to her because she had a fucked up life. I know what a jacked up life looked like because I had one. I don't know what a great life looks like. I didn't have a great life. Like I tell my kids all the time, if I didn't teach you nothing else, I taught you what not to do, didn't I? Don't do that. The fuck you do that for? Mama, why you yelling at me? Because when you were little and you did some fucked up shit, I yelled at you. You're grown. You're doing some fucked up shit. I'm going to yell at you. Why? Because I'm your mother, like I just told my other daughter. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing to you. I don't want my mama to treat me like nobody. Okay, bitch, when you going to get your life together and really do something with this motherfucking podcast? You call yourself boss lady? When the fuck you going to boss the fuck up? That's what I told her.
And I did.
Get your ass out of that goddamn road.
And I did.
Get your ass out of that damn, mama, they can't see me. I don't give a fuck. How you gonna call yourself boss lady? You look like a damn bag lady. The fuck is wrong with you?
But you know something? That's why I'm great. Because I can take constructive criticism and do something with it instead of getting in my feelings. Because feelings will get your ass killed.
And don't turn into yogurt every time somebody say something to you. That's what I did.
It's to better you sometimes.
I didn't want to
really
be better. I wanted people to
listen.
give me. I wanted people to criticize me, but I wanted them to be nice about it. Mm-hmm. Fuck the dumbass shit. Criticism ain't nice.
It's not.
The truth cuts like a two-edged sword. It cuts going in and it cuts coming out.
Because it cuts that bullshit.
Right. Just like when I took them damn pills because I couldn't go to the fucking bathroom. And I found out that I was full of shit. And even after I got the shit out, I'm still full of it. And now I'm hot. So we got to open up a door or something.
Oh, here's the fan.
I forgot DD had a fan. Please put it on me.
You feel it?
Oh, my God, yes. Oh, wait a minute. Just got to do one thing. Bend down just a little bit. That's even better. I used to sit up in my house and I would have a cooler, a pickle, a jelly jar like I got now. And I would fill it up full of ice. And I would sit out there on that porch in front of my house that I purchased, that I lost because of my dumbass thoughts. And I sit up there and I said, why is my life so fucked up? I blame my mom, I blame my dad, I blame having all them kids, I blame their daddies, I blame the system, I blame this, I blame that. My dumbass should have took them damn food stamps that the state gave me. I should have filled halfway up with in the refrigerator, and I should have bought me a freezer and filled the other one up, and I should have shoved that goddamn food because I'm a hell of a good cook. And I could have made me some motherfucking money. And I'd have me a catering business right now, and I'd be selling that damn food to people instead of my dumb ass sitting there listening to everybody else that didn't have shit tell me what to do. Yeah, right. You right. I should have did this and that. No, they wasn't right. If you know what, like Steve Harvey said, if you know how to fry chicken better than everybody else, you should be somewhere frying chicken. He said he went to school with a boy that could put your initials in your damn grass. And everybody laughed at him because he was only charging $2 a yard. That's what everybody was charging back in the 70s. He said, let me tell you what we're laughing at now. He got 35 snow trucks in Detroit. He does all the cleaning of Detroit when the snow hits. He making money on top of money. You know why he did that? Because he started with $2. Marie Callender Look at all that money she make. You can't go in no store and not see her food. And you know what she started with? A pie. Like Steve Harvey said, a pie.
One pie.
And you know what everybody do? Let's sit there and listen to that. Yeah, but that was her. Fuck that shit. I sat in that kitchen.
You can't be that damn.
I put this together, this together, this together. I kept figuring it out. Every day I woke up with a different recipe. Till I finally got the recipe that said, oh shit, that's it. Right. Did anybody want to support it? No. They didn't. I tried to sell it. People say, oh, she quit selling it because she got discouraged. No, I didn't get discouraged. I didn't do it right. So like my daughter said, I had to wipe the slate clean and start over.
Back to the drawing board.
I had to go back to the drawing board because it was something I was doing wrong. My boss that I work for, she said she would love to find her a chef or a cook that just cook for her. I already know what she likes to eat. I didn't do it. Because I didn't trust me. I trusted everything and everybody else but me and but God. That's why I like that song, Deliver Me. God, deliver me from myself. Mm-hmm. Deliver me from me. Deliver me from me because I keep hurting me. Deliver me from me. Because there's something down on the inside of me that's stopping me from getting where I need to be. Get that bitch out of there because I'm tired of her. I want what God has for me because he prepares a place for me. And he's not going to prepare something just for me and give it to somebody else. That's not the kind of God we serve. I may give you $50 and you may take it and give it to somebody else, but God is not going to do that. So I'm not going to trust you no more. I'm going to go trust God because you took my $50 and you used me. Like Lil Milton said, if there was a glass of water left on this earth and you needed to live, I'm going to give you that glass of water because your life is more important than mine. That's the kind of God we serve. But if I give you, if I need a dime and and I need some money, you need some money and I come and borrow it from you. If you need some money and you come and borrow it from me, and then when I need some money, you don't want to borrow me no money, then that means that you use my dime. You used me. That's not how this works. I used to clean people's houses. They couldn't always pay me. They said, I can't pay you no money, but I can buy you and your kids some food. I'll take it. One lady told me, she said, Bobby, she said, I can't give you no money, but I got some brand new furniture in the living room and I don't want it. You can have it. I'll take it. One lady said, I'll clean you. I want you to clean my house, but I can't give you no money. So she gave me and my girl some brand new beds. I'll take it. Barter system. But you be saying, I cleaned that bitch's house for 3 hours and all she gave me was $100. Did you have $100 when you walked in the house? I wait. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you didn't. Take the $100 and shut your mouth. Because sometimes God will take that very $100 that she planted in your hand and turn it into 1,000. I learned that from years and years of watching other people take what they got and make millions off of it. But I listened to the wrong people speaking in my ear. Stop letting Satan speak in your ear. Put a doggone earplug in there and let God speak in the other. Because Satan doing too much. And we're allowing him too much access to our lives. He got access to everything. He in our bed. He in our dreams. He in our food. He in our kids. No! You don't get that much power. Fuck you, Satan. Get behind me. Because that's where you're supposed to be. You're behind me for a reason. I'm finna follow God. I'm tired of being parked while everybody else is living their life and going past my car. I'm tired of sitting on the highway with strobe lights saying, hey, I need help. And everybody looking at me like, who this bitch talking to?
That's exactly how I go.
I'm tired of laying up in the bed bleeding. And all I need is a Band-Aid. And everybody be like, I need my Band-Aids just in case I get cut. Why is we trusting these people?
No, that woman with the bleeding, she went to Jesus.
She sure did.
Nobody.
She didn't even want Jesus to pray for her. She said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, I know I'll be made whole. And Jesus was such a powerful thing. When she touched the hem of his garment, he felt the power leaving him. He knew that was leaving him. That's just like if I grab my daughter's robe. She can feel me pulling it off. Who grabbing my robe? I just need a little bit of your power. I don't want a lot of it.
My God.
Just like I told Miss Carter one day when she couldn't pay me for helping her. I said, Miss Carter, you ain't got to pay me. I've been around you enough that sometimes just the crumbs from the blessings that God has given you is falling on me. And I thank you for that. But we don't want to be grateful. We don't want to be grateful. This woman didn't have to give me no job. I didn't ask her to give me no job. I said, just let me clean the school, Miss Carter. I just need something to do because I'm tired of being at home every day by myself. Everybody in school now. And I feel lost and all the rest of it. She introduced me to people that she has introduced me to people that has talked on TD Jakes' stage. I've gone to different cities with her and met people that I would have never have met had I lived a life that I can't live. She has introduced me to a lot of people. I don't know why Miss Bobby be kissing her ass. You know what? Because I done kissed yours enough. Let me kiss somebody that God is really blessing.
Yeah, you got to get around people that's better than you. I had to learn that also.
I was around 5 people and I was smarter than them. It's time for some new friends.
Yeah.
Okay? I just filled out the application for my passport. And as soon as I get the $250, I'm going to send it to them because she says she will pay for me to go to Ghana to be with her, to teach her daycare teachers how to decorate the classroom, how to run the classroom, and she's going to pay me.
Come on, somebody.
Something that I was good at.
Yeah.
But I was stagnating in my growth of doing that because I'm listening to people tell me that I'm not going to be no better than what I am right now or I'm too old.
And that's why they ass gone. Gone. Bye. Get them the hell out your life.
Got people.
Get them gone.
I'm standing in the middle of the floor with everybody having guns pointed at me. And she's standing on the other side of the people with these guns pointed at me saying, if you would just move them out the way, I got you. She had a conference one time, and I didn't have the money to go, to stay at the hotel or to go to the conference. So I texted her. I was too ashamed to call her. I ain't going to lie. I texted her. I said, Miss Carter, I know you having this conference, and I'm always with you, but this is one time where I don't have the money to stay at the hotel or go. She came over here in the house, over to the house. She called me on her phone. She had me come to the car. She said, you always have my back, whether I can pay you or not. She said, you always make sure I'm fed. Whether you make me the food, you bring me juice, you do this, you do that, you always make sure I'm good. She said, you think I'm not going to have you? She said, you go in that house, you pack your suitcase, I'm going to come pick you up tomorrow. We going to this conference together. You going to be with me because you always be with me. I'm going to make sure you eat. And she did. And I ate good. And she put money in my pocket. And you think I didn't cry when she did that? That was all God. God did that. He touched her heart to touch me. And she didn't have to. Because she didn't owe me nothing.
But you did right. You asked for help. You were honest about your situation. And a lot of y'all ain't honest about y'all situation. And that's why y'all can't get the help that y'all need.
I called my son. I told my son, I said,
you
look.
don't know what God can do, like we've been saying.
I told my son, Corey, I said, look, Corey, I ain't got no money for Thanksgiving. My son sent me $50. I took that money, I bought what I could with it. And I shared that food with somebody else. I'm not bragging about what I did. But this is a person that's always supported me. When I made jewelry, when I made dollhouse, she bought a doll for me, she bought jewelry for me, everything. She supported me. And I texted her and told her, I said, I'm sorry, I couldn't give you more. She said, girl, that food was so good, I got mad. And when I got to the last bite, I almost bit my doggone finger. She said, anytime you cook, you bring me some food. And I promise you, I might not be able to give you $5. I might be able to only give you $3. And that meant the world to me. That $3 meant a lot to me. Mm-hmm. Just like the woman that only had a couple of pennies left in the Bible after she had paid her bills and took care of her kids. And she gave that three shillings. And you know what the pastor said about that? God knew how she was living and God knew her heart. That's why he accepted her what do they call that? Her sacrifice. I've not always been a good person in my life. There was times I was a straight bitch. I don't know if it's because of anger or because of the stuff that I was going through, but God had to humble me too. And I made mistakes with my kids. There was times that my kids did shit I should have beat their ass till they fucking bled because they was doing too goddamn much. But I didn't feel right to beat them because I was doing too much. I had niggas I was living them stealing my shit. And I slept with them. And they stole from me. Man. Not just my checks. Not just my food. But I had a record collection that was the bomb. 2 crates of albums. Gone within 24 hours. VCRs, TVs. They took all that shit out of my house. Stuff that I cannot get back now. Because I fucked up. But this morning I woke up. And I don't care if you hear tears coming out of my eyes. I have had enough. My granddaughter called me. And the things that she said to me let me know that God has said this is it. You talking about that straw that broke that camel's back? I broke the camel's back and the straw. I'm done. I'm done with this toxic ass life. I'm done with it. This is not the life that God planned for me. I couldn't stand broken what the things called? Broken blinds on my windows. I used to always take them down and buy new ones. I got broken blinds on my windows. What the fuck am I on? I ain't never lived like this. We all do too much. If you can't put curtains up there because the rods are too expensive, nail them to the window like I did. If you nail them the right way, won't nobody look at that and say, oh, it ain't no curtain rod up there. People ain't going to say that. You know why they ain't going to say that? Because if they paying that much attention to your house, they need to go. You came over here to visit the curtain rods, you came to visit me. When I used to hear old people say that, that shit was funny. And I laughed. And I couldn't understand why they... And I used to look at them like they was crazy. Like one time I had an auntie. Her sister came to visit her. This was my great auntie. Her sister came to visit her. And she looked on her floor. And she said, sister, when you going to clean that rug? She looked at the total. She said, you came to visit the rug or you came to visit me? She said, now if you wanted to visit the rug, I got a lot of them. I rolled it up and give it to you. And she got slick with her sister. And before her sister left, she had rolled up that rug and laid it in her hand. She said, the next time you come back, you can come visit me because that rug ain't going to be here no more. It's going to be at your house. And you know what? When my great auntie came back, she didn't say that no more. They used to say stuff that was not degrading, but would get you out of their face. Mm-hmm. That's how they said it. My grandmother was in the kitchen one time. My kids don't know nothing about these stories. They hear new stories every time I open my mouth. My grandmother was in the kitchen one time. She was cooking some beans and some cornbread. So we had a cousin named Tony. This was a woman. And she came in the house and she told my grandmother's cooking navy beans. And Tony didn't like navy beans because navy beans are blue. And it would turn the water blue. Well, duh. Anything you cook, whatever color the food is, that's what color the water going to be. So she was like, I'm not going to eat them because they blue. My grandmother turned around and looked at her and she said, I'm glad you're not going to eat them because I wasn't cooking them for you. And Tony got her purse and left. And that's how they got you out of their face. So I said that to say this. You don't have to be a bitch to get people out of your house. Just like my son went in my mama's house. Now, this is my mother. He had on a white shirt. Had on some black pants. He had just came home from the service. Wasn't married. Hadn't had no kids or nothing. Had on some cologne. It was called Polo. And my mama said, I don't like the way that smell. That stink. He said, I didn't buy that to turn you on. And he walked out the house. And I taught my kids that. I taught my kids how to talk to people, to get people out your face. But you know what I forgot? The teacher became a dummy. And I forgot how I was supposed to talk. So, you got to learn that you can be respectful and kind and still get people out of your face because Jesus did it. He checked people all the time. They came up to him with that corn. He said, do we pay taxes? He said, whose face is on that corn? He said, Caesar's. He said, you render the things that belong to Caesar and give the things that belong to God. And he walked away. And that's what we have forgotten. You know whose name is on this podcast? Boss Lady. I rendered the things that belong to Boss Lady, and she rendered the things that belong to God. That's how you do it. This is her role. It ain't mine. I don't get to take her robe and do what I want to do. But if I'm cold, I go by my own. I got a job. We doing all of this wrong. I got a barbecue grill outside. I can't use my oven, but that damn grill can cook some food. My dumb ass gonna go at my daughter's house when I know she don't want me over there cooking food in her oven, and I'm not doing the right thing. And it's not because she don't love her mama. She right. I don't need to be over there cooking in her oven. Just like she got a job and she bought her oven, I could buy me one too. My lazy ass didn't want to buy one. $60 for oven. I don't know if I want that. Marketplace, Facebook. Get real. Come on now. You tell some people you're a certain age, I can't come get it, I'm elderly, da-da-da, they'll bring it to you. I'll give you extra $50, you bring it to me. We don't do stuff right. Because we want free stuff and then we want the stuff delivered free. No! Hey, bitch, you can't have it your way. Because even street signs say one way.
Come on.
Right?
And they ain't charging you a dime to go the right way.
And let me tell you something else. If it's a two-way street, it doesn't have a sign that says this is a two-way street. The only streets that cities recognize is one-ways.
And if you want to own some shit and be bossy, buy it. Stop coming infiltrating in other people's shit and thinking you can own it. Your opinion don't own it. Your comments don't own it. Just like somebody was commenting on, well, boss lady, you should tell everybody what time you come on. I have told everybody.
My head is really hurt.
I have
My head
said it over and over. It's the same time it's always been. Your job is to find out how you match up your time if you're in a different area. That's not my job. But if I was promoting and marketing you and I was getting paid, I could do that for you.
Let me say this.
And I'm going to say that. Because I'm tired of people telling me that.
Right. Let me say this.
And ain't got a damn dime to give me to do anything.
If you can go
So
out
I'm
there.
going to do it my way.
Yes, exactly.
Until you pay me.
If you can go out there and
It's on purpose.
If you can go out there
It
and
really
get
is.
edge control, a brush, a certain kind of knife to make your edges slamming and lay flat, and all the rest of that, have that same energy in your life. You ain't got to go buy edge control. Go buy you some books. Go do what you got to do. No, all of this stuff is for my what's the name. Yeah, that's just it. The thing that we don't do is that we spend too much time, just like my grandmother tried to explain to one of my cousins. I never will forget it. Oh my God, I'm so glad. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me of this story. My grandmother I had a cousin that was getting ready to get married. And she came to my grandmother and she said, I really love this man, but I don't know how to be married. She said, you remember that recipe I gave you for pound cake? She said, yes, Grandma. She said, that's the same recipe you use for your marriage. Marriage is measurements. You use a certain amount of everything. So that when you get ready for your marriage to rise, it's going to rise. But if I make a cake and I don't put no baking soda in it, baking powder in it, it's not going to rise. So if I don't put no baking powder in my marriage, it's not going to rise. My baking powder is God. So if I don't put God in my marriage, it's not going to rise. You expect to go in there and make pancakes without pancake batter? What you going to do? You going to pour water in there? Water don't make pancakes. What are you doing? You don't put no salt on your food and you expect it to have flavor? Even the Bible says that if you don't salt it, there'll be no flavor in it. And that's what I had to learn about my life. There was no flavor in my life. My life didn't taste good. And it didn't taste good to me. But I was running to everybody else for seasoning and their lives didn't taste good. Why am I looking at you for seasoning salt and your life didn't taste good? Bitch, I don't need to be getting no seasoning salt from you. Your life ain't seasoned. Your man ain't seasoned. Your kids ain't seasoned. Talking to the wrong people. Expecting different results. If I do what I've always done, then I'm going to get what I always got. And like I put this post on my daughter's wall when my daughter was 17. It's better to have money and not need it than to need money and not have it. And that's the way I've been living my life. I need money and I ain't got none. I needed a life and I didn't have one. But guess what else? I didn't go create one either. I just said in my life, I waited for opportunity to come. It didn't come. I waited for life to knock on the door. It didn't come. I waited for money to be dropped at the door. It didn't come. And then I got mad at everybody. I've been so good to people all my life. And now I'm in a bad spot and won't nobody help me. I'm sitting up in the room crying by myself. Guess what else? They won't help me and they sure the fuck can't hear me. Because they busted their ass to get their 40 acres in the mule. What make you think that they going to share their 40 acres in the mule with me when I didn't help them get their 40 acres in the mule? We not doing that. We not doing that. I didn't help my daughter with Boss Ladies Inc. I didn't give her ideas. I didn't tell her what to do. All I told her was, if you going to act like a boss, then dress like a boss. That's all I said. I didn't do shit else.
I didn't need nothing.
I didn't give her no money. I didn't have it. And I'm going to be real with you. If I did have it, I probably wouldn't give it to her no damn way. Because at that time, it was all about me and no more. But at that time, you know what? I didn't know that. I was too busy feeling sorry for myself. And guess what? When I was feeling sorry for myself, and like Bobby Bland said, I was going down slow. And guess what? As I was going down slow, everybody was waving, bye, bitch. Yeah, that's what was going on. Mm-hmm. Because people that live in glass houses can't throw stones. Everybody was looking at my life, but nobody wanted to help me with my life. That's why I'm dedicated to Miss Carter like I am. Because when my life got bad and I sat down and I was honest with her, Miss Carter helped me with my life. But I got to the point where I didn't want to fucking listen to her no more. You got a husband. Your kids are living well. My kids, da-da-da-da. Man, when she got real with me and broke it down to me, some of the stuff that she went through, I had to shut my mouth. She grew up in Cabrini Greens in Chicago. Mm. So she already knew what it was like to be poor. What the fuck was I on?
Because everybody looks at the glam.
Yeah.
And the fame. And what you got going on right now.
I was blinded by the lights and sparkles.
And they don't know what you had to get where you are now. You didn't get help. You got criticized.
That's it.
Oh, you shouldn't do that because if you do that, then this will happen. Oh, you should do that because that'll happen. But they life fucked up.
Uh-huh. Hey,
broke people don't have an opinion. They don't speak facts. And they speak broke.
Right. And I listened to them, and my life was more fucked up than theirs because my dumb ass was listening to them. And as my life was going down, their lives was going up because they realized what they saying was full of shit. I go to church now, and the church I go to, everybody wear jogging pants, cut-up jeans to church, and T-shirts. They ain't got it going on like that. The mothers sit there in their house sweaters and their house dresses. I tell everybody, my church is so laid back, you would love being there. Yes, they're a work in progress, but guess what? They're a work in progress together. My pastor is younger than my oldest child, him and his wife. Yes, they're good people, but they don't pretend to be, nor do they act like they're perfect. Mm-hmm. And that's what I love about them. Every time he preached, he said, when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me too. A lot of pastors don't say that. Mm-mm. And our Bible studies is not about question and answer time. He don't do that. He keep it so real. He keep it more real during Bible study time than he do on Sunday. He says, some of y'all expect me to stand up here and lie to y'all. I ain't doing that. You want to be lied to, y'all can get out now. Mm-hmm. And then he stands there quietly. He don't sit there drinking off of ice water and all that stuff all through the service. He don't sit there in the chair. He don't sit there and sing with the choir. He don't do none of that. He don't do none of that. His wife is not called First Lady. His wife is just called his wife. She's on the praise team. And she don't run the praise team. She don't. She work at the daycare.
Well, we finna get the hate mail now.
I don't care. You can send hate mail. You can send hate comments. But the only reason why you hating is because you don't, like she said on Coming to America, you think like this, you just don't want to say it. Well, I'm going to say it. Because I grew up at a time where they made records about what I'm talking about. And like she said, don't go looking for my man. You might find your husband. Clean-up woman is a woman who get all the men you girls leave behind. That's what they get. You didn't want to love him because he had a bump on his ass. You didn't want to love him because he had a droopy eye and the other eye looked like it had stuff running out of it. Now the motherfucker rich and you want him back now. Bye, bitch. Don't go looking for my man. You're going to find your husband.
Gold digger.
Right. That's what you wanted. Yeah. You know what happens to gold diggers? They ended up digging and looking for gold that they can never find again. That's what happens to them. You know, it's amazing. My grandmother said years ago, it's amazing how that thing in between your legs, as ugly as it is, will make a man act a damn fool if he wanted. And you can't take that and make a life. Give me a fucking break. I went to school with a guy that was handsome as hell, best looking guy in the whole school. And he got married to the ugliest girl in the whole school. They got 3 or 4 houses, 3 or 4 different types of businesses, living good. He's still handsome and she's still ugly. But guess what? They got some of the most prettiest ass kids you ever want to see. And they living well. Nice as they want to be, humble and everything. But you want a pretty motherfucker. You know what happens to pretty motherfuckers? They turn into ugly motherfuckers. Because they pretty asses don't want to work a job. They want you to take care of them. They run to the mirror faster than you do. I had a man like that once. I got rid of him. God rest his soul, he dead, gone now. I got 1 child by him. He gone. But that motherfucker thought he was too pretty to do anything. He could cut hair, lay a woman's hair out. He could have made mega money. We could have made mega money together. He didn't want to do that. He wanted to do drugs, get high, and lay up with bitches. And I couldn't do it. And my daughter, his daughter, she is living well. And I thank God for that child because she's been in Atlanta for 10 years. And everybody knows my baby. And I love it. Just like everybody gonna know Boss Lady. I'm telling you, when my daughter blow up, everybody gonna try to reach out to me. She blowed up. Is it okay? You think that she is gonna sponsor my records? Do you think that she is gonna... You know what? You calling the wrong person. I'm Boss Lady Senior. That means I'm retired. I will pass the message because I'm her secretary, but I'm not sure she can get back to you because she's very busy. Well, can you give it to her secretary? Which one? Because she has a secretary for her podcast. She got a secretary for her music. She got a secretary for her clothing line. She got a secretary for her ponytails.
That part.
So, who do you want me to get in contact with? The one with the records. Well, does anybody know you? What's your name? My name is Joe Blow. Oh, I'm sorry, she doesn't do Joe Blow. But call back in 6 months and we'll see if we can get you an interview. She's 6 years to 6 months booked up. So if you're willing to wait, you might can get through. But if you cancel out and change your phone number, don't expect for her to reach out to you because she's too busy for that.
I'm so busy for it now.
Well, can I FaceTime her? Does she got an iPhone? She has an iPhone 23. Oh, I don't have one of those. Well, I'm sorry. What's the iPhone 23? Don't ask me. I'm still on my
It's
iPhone
called the
7.
Step Your Game Up line.
Right. Where does she live?
And stop coming to me with your excuses line.
Where does she live when? In the summer or in the winter?
All year long.
She doesn't have an all year long home. Sorry. I don't think you're trying to reach out to the right boss lady. Now, she has a lot of people under her umbrella. Now, she has a boss son. What is he? He's a contractor. Oh, I don't need nothing fixed on my house. Well, I'm sorry. He's the closest one to her. Well, what about her daughter? No, she finally got her life together, so she doesn't even live in Milwaukee anymore. So, see, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Your life stays the way it is because you like it like that.
Right.
You're happy with your comfort.
Right.
Well, I'm tired of mine.
Right.
I'm tired. I don't like being comfortable like this.
I've never
This
been
shit ain't
comfortable.
fun.
I don't know what that's like.
It ain't fun at all. And you know what? Since it's no longer fun, it's no longer going to be me. So, I need you to watch while I blow the fuck up.
Right. That part.
So, if you be sitting in your living room and you hear a boom, that's me blowing up. There you go. That's me blowing up. That motherfucker loud, ain't it? And that's me bossing up. You heard that? That's me bossing up. Yeah. That part. Yeah. Love Dorsey, you may not listen to this, but I just want you to know, baby, I'm not your grandma, I'm not your mama, but I'm proud of your black ass. You keep it up, girl.
That's right.
But anyway, let me just say this. This show is called Mama Let's Talk. This show was called Toxic Ass Family Shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you listen to it, it's got a disclaimer. If you don't like what was said, if your feelings got hurt, get off of it. Because the show wasn't about you. This was about me and my family and our dumbass drama. So if your family going through the same similar ass shit, I suggest that you start getting on your knees. And if your man walking out to see you on your knees, oh baby, you must know, motherfucker, I'm sick of your dry ass dick. We ain't doing that.
A dry ass life.
Boss lady is not about feelings. Boss lady is about real shit.
Period.
It's not about your feelings. It's not about your toxic ass life. And stop getting on my daughter's line, dropping all those crazy ass spirits into her comments. Because you know what you're going to start hearing? Delete, 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 delete. Block. Because you know what? As of today, what's today's date? 25th? As of November 25th, 2023, the Buchanans are over it. Holla!
Have a great day. Good afternoon, morning, and evening. We'll see you soon. Peace.